Southwest Conference. Alive and well once again here today as these two rivals are set to square off, and we are set to bring it to you. Welcome to Kyle Field in College Station, Texas. It's the Arkansas Razorbacks and the Texas A&M Aggies. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Guys, I caught up with Coach Elko before the game. His running back is getting better each and every week. He is devastating in the red zone, top 5 in the country in rushing touchdowns, and they believe he deserves to be in the Heisman conversation. Each and every week, he is showing the country why he is one of the best backs in the nation. I'll keep you posted if he's able to keep up this productivity and the Heisman talk gets louder and louder today. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. And the Razorbacks headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Texas A&M Aggies offense will have the football first. Last time these two squared off in the Southwest Classic, it was the Aggies gigging the Razorbacks in a close one.
I think we saw a lot of mental toughness in that game, too, by Texas A&M. Things didn't always go great, but they were always seemingly able to respond, and I think that's going to be a big key in this one, Dave.
And which one can keep their cool? In these rivalry games, sometimes it pops a little bit more. There's more emotion, and there's more adrenaline, and sometimes you can make some bad...
Breaks into the open. Picks up the first down. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Open a drive like that, it opens a world of possibilities. First down from the 43. They're going to ride this running back.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. On the run, it's Owens. Got a little grass. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Texas A&M. The first score of the game for the man who leads the nation in rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he finished things off racing 53 yards for 6. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Razorbacks offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. And when these two guys are in sync the way they were a week ago, just a nightmare. It's a performance they hope they can repeat this week, Jesse.
And I think a big key in that last game is they linked up a couple times early, had some big plays, and then after that, David, it didn't seem like the quarterback was looking anywhere else. They're going to try and establish that connection and that rhythm early in this one.
And defensively, where is the big fella? Like, I got to identify where he is every single snap and give him some extra attention. So if I route him at the line of scrimmage and be physical, have that safety help over the top, I'm not letting him beat me.
Jackson going to throw it. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Works his way to the 38 after gaining 5. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. The run inside. It's Smith. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Buys a little time with his feet. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down.
That's the danger as a defense when you play man coverage, is that if the quarterback decides to scramble, there may not be anybody there to make a tackle right away. You obviously want to take care of everything on the back end, and with these receivers, you got to get them locked down. But if you're the D coordinator here, you got to be more selective with your coverage and mix it up, because man coverage against a scrambling quarterback can hurt you.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smith. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pass.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. The Razorbacks come to the line with a new set of downs. The give to the running back from the shotgun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of bounce, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Jackson will throw. Has to uncork this one off his back foot. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Between the uprights, it's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Off to a good start here, and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Looking for space, it's Owens. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. These two old SWC rivals might have taken a bit of a hiatus in their series, but once the Aggies came to the SEC, things ratcheted back up quickly.
No, and that's been some of the coolest.
Maybe some room here. 30, the 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
Just hand it to him and let him do the work, man. Over 100 yards on the first half. That big, explosive play. That will do it. That will get you almost there. When you can hand it off to a guy like this and he can take it the distance, it makes play calling for an offensive guy. It's so much fun. It's easy. Hand it to him, he gone.
He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. The Razorbacks offense set to begin this drive. Maybe a little more urgency as they start this drive down 13-3. Jackson gonna throw it. Turns it loose. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB. After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Makes the catch. It's Lockwood.
So it's 3rd and long, and this quarterback right now has got to be expecting pressure. So you want to know where your hot routes are. You got to know where your best one-on-one matchup is. But understand this: we're still in the first half. If the defense gets you, tip of the cap, you can take a sack, punting the.
Intercepting. The defense has set him up. Touchdown, Aggie! And they turn it into a defensive score. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
Here comes the two-point try. Reed makes the grab in the end zone for the two as they extend the lead.
How about that, guys? That's basically a 15-point swing. Defense gets a pick six, and then your offense gets the two-point conversion. Wow.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to...
Lofts one high and deep. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. DBs will try to keep everything in front. Jackson will throw. Bringing the heat. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
And the Razorbacks line up to punt it away. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly.
Hey guys, here on the Texas A&M sideline, there is so much energy down here on the sideline. This running back has been on fire. They expected a big performance from him today, and he has delivered, just going over 100 yards already in this game. I expect them to continue to feed him the ball. I'll keep you posted from down here on the sidelines. Guys?
Holly, thank you. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing Reed. Got a man. It's Owens.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. They believe in a large 4-down territory, and they go for it on 4th and short from the 47. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
And that's a nice run by the running back. And I tell you what, man, these rivalry games, a lot of times they're decided by who can run the football, who can exert their will, be more physical, because there's so much emotion that goes into it. And going back to last year, like,
there's some room. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Here's Reed to throw. The short hands. It's Morrow. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We reach the break, and Texas A&M leads it. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Running inside. It's Owens. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Looks as if we have an injured player for the Aggies on the field. The junior running back slow to get up. We hope this is just momentary. Holly Rowe will keep an eye on everything for us. 6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. Going to the run, it's Edwards. They knock him down right there.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
And the offense runs the football, and they get the first down. And you kind of get the feeling they've already gone for it on 4th down once, like they're going to do it again. And that just puts so much pressure on a defense. Like, to play an extra snap over and over again is really, really difficult. This offense appears to be in an aggressive mode.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this 1st down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The run inside. It's Edwards. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Marcel Reed. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple yards short.
Nice job by the defense getting after the QB. He's trying to scramble around. He's trying to go get that first with his legs, but he's not able to do it because the speed on defense.
They converted 4th down earlier on this drive, and now they'll try it again. Trying to keep the drive alive. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Aggies!
Bringing the extra beef. It's goal line. I know what I'm going to get. I know what I'm going to do. We're going to be bigger, stronger at the point of attack, and push you around, and then the running back does the rest and finds the end zone.
Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Because that's one way to ensure there's no return as the kickoff goes out of bounds. Ball is coming out to the 40 after that penalty on the kickoff. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down. Throws to the tight end. Pulls it in. It's Lockwood. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Hauls it in. Oh, he's got some space. Out of bounds he goes. They'll mark it at the 16.
You never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes it just takes one great throw and one great catch to wake you up. They need to score a touchdown on this drive. They need to score another touchdown on their next drive, but maybe that's the play that turns things around for them.
He'll keep it on 2nd down. He's going to lose a yard on that one. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Jackson going to throw it. Looking to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Arkansas. Field shrinks. Tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
On the move from inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Here's the give off the left side. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. They'll go right back to the run. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Looks as if we have an injured player for the Aggies on the field. That is the senior offensive lineman who's shaken up. Holly Rowe will check on his condition. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Reed. Extending the play. Got a man. It's Morrow. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And the Aggies come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Takes the handoff. It's Edwards. He stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's first down.
When you think Texas A&M football, man, you think running the football all the way back to R.C. Slocum, a great Aggie head coach. You just want to be the more physical team, and you want to be imposing your will. This guy right here toting the rock has the ability to wear and grind on defense.
There's a crease. Makes it past the marker. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. The Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Morrow. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Reed. Quarterback extends the play. Going to try to get it himself. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green.
There he goes. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And obviously, this is one of the best offenses in the country, and it's because they get first downs. Top 10 in the nation picking up first downs. How nice is it to know you can turn around, hand it off to that guy right there, and let him go to work.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggie.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And they did tack on the extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. They've been overwhelmed so far in this first half, but if they could muster a score, maybe a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, and I know it's been a struggle. They've been struggling this whole game, but let's get something positive going into halftime. Coaches won't yell at you as much, but they got the first down. Now let's put the pedal to the floor, go a little faster, cut into this lead.
Jackson will throw. Pressure coming. Going back to the well, another deep ball. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. Looking to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. Each play has a life and history of its own. And you want to talk about two opposite plays? Offense grabs momentum, defense takes it back.
And the game's always like that, isn't it? It's back and forth. Sometimes they get you, sometimes you get them. Nice job by the defense being ready for the next play. Don't worry about the play before where you gave up some yards. Nice job answering and getting the tackle for a loss with the sack.
Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. They'll get him out of bounds and mark it at the 21. Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Now he's going to break the pocket. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And I absolutely understand wanting to make a play for your team, man, but you've got to know when to give it up. You're at this part of the field, man. This is the part of the field where you throw the football. You get rid of it. You don't take a sack, because what that does now to your field goal operation, it makes it a lot longer. Now the decision becomes a lot harder for this offense when he could have just thrown the football away and not taken the big loss.
I know they're trailing going into the locker room here at halftime, but kicking that field goal gives them a little bit of a jolt, a little bit of a boost of momentum that they can carry with them into the second half. And there's a lot of football left to go here. I can't wait to see what happens.
Looking for blockers. He's got great speed. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, we are beginning to see a little separation in the standings. The Week 5 edition of our update show. We begin with Minnesota in their matchup against the number 12 team, the Michigan Wolverines. And it's the Gophers coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. That gets them back above 500. They're now 3-2 on the season. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now back over to your game at Kyle Field. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. Still 2 quarters to go in this Southwest Classic, a treasured rivalry in both Fayetteville and College Station.
We're just about ready to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. As we start the second half, Holly, what adjustments do these teams want to make?
Well, guys, the Hogs head coach told me coming out of the locker room at the half, they are really thrilled with how their defense is playing so far. They knew coming in that they had a really tough opponent in the wide receiver on the other team, somebody who could change a game with one route. But their defense has been stout and solid. We'll see if they can continue to do that here as that wide receiver gets the ball here to start the second half. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. Give him 9 on that one, sets up a 2nd and 1. The Razorbacks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Running inside, it's Smith. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Tight end now in motion. Quickly out to the tight end. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49. And the Razorbacks have this offense rolling. Escapes the sack. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. The Razorbacks come to the line with a new set of downs. The give is to Smith. He's stopped again, and he's had a busy night, if not necessarily a productive one so far. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Jackson gonna throw it. And that's gonna be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. Looks as if we have an injured player for the Aggies on the field. Down in the play is their sophomore linebacker, a guy they can ill afford to lose. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Trying to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play. And the Razorbacks will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Knocked off his feet.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the 2nd half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Looking for more room. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll move the wide receiver. Smith takes the handoff. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this down. And they got to keep that up here in the 2nd half.
He'll be stopped short. It'll be 4th down, and let's see what the decision is here.
And, man, you got to like the swarm of this defense. You've got to get in the backfield, make some penetration, and realize the first guy's not going to always get that big sucker on the ground. Like, he's a big...
And he's in! Touchdown, Razorbacks! Great example of how a 2nd half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
And he made that extra point. The wet turf, no problem at all. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He's forced out of bounds at his own 19-yard line. An excellent job of coverage on that one. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. They're testing the right side here. Breaks the tackle. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
That's just a really nice job by the running back making the first guy miss and going to get positive yards. This guy's got some wiggle, and you saw it on that play.
Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing up against this offense.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Throwing Reed. Catch in the middle. It's Armstrong. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up fourth down as this defense makes a play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody,
look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Trying to do it on the ground. Might have a chance. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
and there is no greater friend to a quarterback and to a coach late in the football game when you have the lead and you can pound the rock. Offensive linemen can pave holes, like running back now runs through them, successful.
Turning it on!
And this is exactly how you want to draw it up if you're an offensive coach. Later in the game, you start to get in the second half and you got the lead, and you can be the more physical team. It's really hard for somebody to come back. This defense has got to come up with a stop. They got to get more physical right now in this football game, or it's going to get out of hand.
Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And the route is on. Give him 3 touchdowns in this game, and now up to 8 on the season. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And he added the extra point. They put together an 81-yard drive, and it was capped with an explosive 22-yard run. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Arkansas offense heads onto the field. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to... Off to the races to the right. The 30, the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Arkansas!
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field, uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you got to respect it. You got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
He'll start the return inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The run inside. It's Edwards. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets him out to the 25-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Here's Reed to throw. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
And that's where quarterbacks, you know, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big third down stop by this defense. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter, and they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. My goodness, he unloads on that one. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. The Razorbacks offense set to begin this drive. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smith. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. So now it's 2nd and long. Rides to the back. Picked up 4 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and 6.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
And the quarterback gets hit.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. The Razorbacks are moving quickly down the field. The give is to Smith. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Offense in a bunch formation. Keep it on the ground. Spins away from the defender. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
And finally, we see a nice gain. That's his best run of the game. And this offense works best when he is going. And then you can throw the passing game and the play action, and there's more balance. So maybe that's a sign of things to come. Maybe they can get this thing going and get back in this football game.
Sweet little juke, and he's going to wind up picking up 8.
Defensively, with all the space now and spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
Jackson will throw. Fires to the wideout. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Now, after the sack, there is a man still down. Trainers are out there having a look at this freshman defensive tackle to see if he is going to be able to continue. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Running inside, it's Edwards. Got enough for the 1st. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Yeah, nice run, and I think everybody knows. He's right there next to that 100-yard mark, 98 yards on the day. And that's a mark, man. When you hit that mark a lot of times and you take care of the football, you win a lot of football games. It's the more physical team. It's the team that makes it easy, makes it easier on their quarterback, and they've done that today.
Looks as if we have an injured player for the Aggies on the field. Texas A&M back to work with another 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. The Razorbacks take their 1st timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on 3rd and long. Reed. They get to him as he throws. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Return takes it down to the 27-yard line as this defense is hungry for turnovers.
That's just frustrating. You know, you're an offense. You're in a great position. You're up by 2 scores. all you do is take care of the football. Premium, taking care of the football. We're trying to run some clock. We're trying to get out of here with a W. Turning the football over is the worst thing you could possibly do.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. So getting the ball back on that interception at least gives us a chance to have a finish in this one. Hard running there. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. The corners are walked up tight. That's caught. It's Hawkins. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. The keeper on the option. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. And the Razorbacks want to crank the tempo.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. The 12th man more than standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on 3rd down. Jackson going to throw it. Right on the money. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
He's knocked down, short gain, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry.
Well, this defense is not going to be patient with this quarterback. They know that they have to affect him, and they have to dictate to him. So that time, they send the blitz.
Makes the grab. Got enough space. Touchdown, Razorbacks. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
All right, big touchdown makes it a 9-point game. You got to kick the extra point right now, and then you've got to find a way somehow, some way to get the football back. You're going to have to score again and go for 2. A lot has to go right, but at least you get that touchdown to give yourself an opportunity.
And everybody's got different philosophies. Some people kick onside every single time. You go for the big play, try to create some momentum for your team, but they failed. A nice job covering the kick, seeing the football off the kicker's foot, securing it, getting on the ground, and making sure your offense retains the football.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their 3rd and final timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. Going with the ground game left. Here's a little room there. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. And the Aggies come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9.
Really nice job by the running back here in the 4th quarter, picking up that first down. They need him now. They've got the lead, but not by a lot late in the game. They need him to play his best football at a moment in the game when everything is on the line.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
After getting stopped on that 2nd down, don't be surprised if the offense hands it off to him again here at the goal line on 3rd.
They'll run it on 3rd and goal. He's going for the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M. That one control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15. And he's going to bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. I know the situation looks bleak, but have we nothing if we don't have hope, David?
Amen. I mean, just keep hope alive, pitch this pill around, use every second you got, make this game, Palmer, as close as you possibly can.
Crazier things have happened in college football, man. Let's just go find out. Let's find out where the playmakers are lined up and see if they can make something positive happen.
Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Jackson will throw. Under fire. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
And this offense hasn't...
And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the fourth down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. With the 12th man standing at the ready, and at times it seemed as if A&M needed them, the Aggies take down the Razorbacks and win this rivalry game. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis, saying goodbye, everybody.